You're watching First Choice TV show on Ravel TV, and today we have a very interesting topic to discuss, and we have a personality who is an author, and her book is on the way very soon. You'll have that book in your hand, and she is none other than Diane Ojar-Ali, and we are discussing about frauds. And in the previous part, she mentioned about frauds and how to control, how to take care of your identities. Now we'll be coming with another aspect of these kind of frauds. How these frauds, what are the loose or loopholes or loose points in everybody's life, that people or the trickster or those people they avail or they get your information. So what's that point? We'd like to know.
Well, what basically a lot of people don't realize is, like, for example, I know a lot of people don't destroy their mail. Now I'm saying use a cross shredder.
Okay.
Pick up your mail. Don't leave your mail overnight.
Okay.
They're what we call dumpster divers as well. That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
They actually go and look in the garbage to get your information. I mean, you have to entrust your employees too.
Okay.
As well. Fraud does happen close to home. It can be family, it can be employees. It affects businesses tremendously. You have to pretty much be protected in terms of take the action to make sure you cover your steps.
Okay.
Every which way possible. Like when you're on the internet, a lot of people don't realize that whatever you put on there stays on there.
Yeah.
And they're just looking for information. It's really they're fishing for information. It's not about the dollars and cents in the wallet anymore. It is about your personal information. I know my mortgage broker refused to give anybody his date of birth, because in the mortgage industry, a date of birth means everything. Just like a social insurance number.
Yeah.
But yet people throw out their mail. They leave things around the place, just waiting for somebody to just grab it, and they will. They follow you, they track you. But one of the biggest things I am very passionate about is seniors and kids.
Okay.
Which basically in 2009, identity theft was actually declared the #1 crime. It's bigger than the drug trade. I mean, the drugs, you have to buy drugs, you know, every so often.
Physically, some exchange is there.
Absolutely. But if you get someone's social insurance number, it's worth about 40 cents in the black market, let's say, hypothetically.
Okay.
But they can sell it for thousands of dollars. And they're on the market, on the underground.
Right.
But the kids, for example, my daughter, when she was 8 years old, I just got this social insurance number for the family, for all of them, and she got getting credit card applications in the mail when she was 8. She's 18 now. So people don't realize that kids are huge, because no one will look at their credit file. And let's say 18, starting college, want to buy a car. And it's sad to know, and the seniors are victimized all the time. We have the Nigerian scams, we have the Western Union scams. We have people calling them saying they win vacations. They're very vulnerable for a lot of things.
Right.
And this is what they don't realize. I have clients who used to call and basically wouldn't speak because they think they did something wrong. They are the victim, but however they felt they're the ones who was at fault.
Right.
Actually, in this scenario, what we came to know about, very interesting subject matter. There was a lot of scam happened about in 2002 or 2003. Here around Toronto Star brought a special coverage on the call centers, working here in Toronto basically, and other places. What they used to do, they used to scam the Americans. Like they used to call them and used to tell them that they have been going to be rewarded with a credit card or so,
or money or something.
And reward, basically credit card scams. So credit card, and they used to take the very good name, name of a good bank.
Yes.
And it was a long, I think so, Toronto Star carried in its 2 issues this report, and they used to note down the number of their bank card, and it becomes a sort of check to withdraw if you permit anybody through telephone. And I think so thousands and thousands of Americans were cheated and later on, I think so, the matter went to Interpol. From Interpol, it went to RCMP. From RCMP, it went to, I think so, a lot of investigations took place through OPP also, and many people were charged, and some of the photographs were displayed in the Toronto Star also. In that scenario, do you have any advice for the viewers, like anybody gives them a call and tries to ask? Basically, nowadays it is happening through the energy companies. Like they want to ask the number of your energy bill, then they want to know that what is written on the top of the bill, and also they want to know later on in the end of the day they will come towards your credit card number or your bank card number. So what is your advice to the viewers about this sort of complications which are happening?
Well, if somebody calls me, for example,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for them because I drill them.
Yeah.
Because you have to ask questions.
Yeah, of course.
You have to ask questions. I always make sure I get the person's name, the company. If they said it too fast and I need to write it down, I will make them repeat it. And when you start asking questions, you can tell who's legit or not.
True.
Because if they're not comfortable, they will hang up.
True.
They will hang up. I mean, there is a company in the States that calls clients saying, for a fee. Now, it's not that they're illegal, but there's a fee where they work with the banks and the
Okay.
credit card companies, department stores to lower the interest rate. Now, that is a form of scam because technically they're not actually working with these companies. And then the clients, at the end of the day, they gave their credit card information for them to help them. Why not go to your bank? Ask your bank the questions. So someone calls you, just simply, if you're not comfortable, hang up. Just don't answer the phone if you don't recognize the number.
You're right,
It's
yes.
as simple as that. Get caller ID. Call back, but call back a general number, not a direct number, not an extension. I heard it too many times, too many times over the years.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not going away. It's just getting worse.
Even as we have discussed in our previous shows, DNCL, do not call list
Yes.
program is there, but unfortunately, I mean, billions have been spent on that, and I myself, I can say that we register.
It's not working.
We register our phone numbers and it's not working. Those calls are still coming in, and myself, in the sales industry or marketing industry, I know my limits. But these scammers or these fraudsters, they have no limit. And sometimes what happens is that those people are sitting somewhere in another part of the world,
Like
and,
in India or
any other part of the
any
world,
part
and
of
they
the
call you, and they know your name, they know your language, and they know your address, and they call in such a way that people, sometimes the common man who is not aware of these things, they become an easy prey to them.
Yes.
So these phone call scams or frauds and internet frauds, which are electronic media, electronic frauds, are two which we so far touched, right? Are there any other frauds as well?
There's advertising fraud, there's child support fraud, there's embezzlement, there's investment fraud, there's we can go on and on. Maybe I should get my book here. But I mean,
Yes.
definitely you just have to go and you can Google it. You can Google it. There's, like I said, tax evasion fraud. There's religious fraud. Where people in their church, it's not for the cause. They use it for different purposes. And the book goes through a lot of those frauds, different types of frauds and the definitions and so forth. But definitely you can go and Google it. It's there. The information is there. I'm not telling you anything different that is not already out there.
Okay.
But I just wanted to put together in a very simple format where maybe there's something to this. Maybe something resonates with me or you, that I should be asking questions. And that's basically what the whole book is all about. It's just pretty much asking questions.
Mrs. Fraud and you. We'll be discussing about other aspects of the frauds and the scams in the next episode after a short break.